No, he wants some boobies. Right now I am pumping. Lucius wakes up a few times at night to breastfeed, anywhere from like 1 to 3 times. Today I just wanted to take you guys along with my breastfeeding routine, particularly how I do it as a working mom. When I went back to work, my supply actually dropped a lot. I started off pumping 18 ounces in a sitting, and after a few months of returning to work, I was only pumping 2 ounces in a sitting. But for me, going from 18 ounces to 2 ounces was a dramatic difference. And what had happened was when I returned back to work, I'm a cashier at a grocery store. I can't just leave the register whenever I want to. I have to have somebody tell me when I could take my breaks. Now, if I was at like a sit-down desk job and I had my own office, I could just whip out my breast pump, hook myself up whenever. But having to have somebody relieve me, that was really hard because I'll only get a break or two usually. I typically only get 1 15-minute break. By the time I get my breast pump out, hook myself up, have a pumping session, pack up, I mean, in that 15 minutes, I'm only able to pump maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes of stimulation in a 6 to 7 hour period, that's not a whole lot. You know, that was still leaving a lot of milk in my breasts, and it was giving my body the signal, hey, we don't need to make so much milk. And when I started back work, you know, I had a freezer stash full of milk. I mean, milk, the entire freezer was pretty much full of milk, top to bottom. You know, rows and rows of milk. But with just a few months of returning back to work, I mean, it dwindled down to almost nothing, and we're just watching the freezer slowly get empty and empty and empty. So in order to keep my milk supply up as a working mom, I pump at least once a day. That's what I'm doing right now, sometimes multiple times a day. When I returned back to work, I wasn't pumping on my days off, but I pump every single day now, even on my days off. Just really trying to keep the milk supply up. And then when I'm at work, one thing I do to remove more milk is I now do breast compressions. So that way I'm able, when I have a letdown, more is coming out, and I've noticed that makes a big difference. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I've heard of a lot of women stopping their breastfeeding journey once they've gone back to work because of this. And you don't need to stop, you just need to make some little tweaks or try and prevent it in the first place. I didn't think, with how good my milk supply was, I didn't think I'd have an issue returning back to work, but clearly, as we have just talked about, complete opposite, my milk supply dwindled to almost nothing. Today I work a 7-hour shift, and so that gives me a 15-minute break, a 30-minute lunch, and I'm not supposed to get a second 15-minute break, but they allow it for me just because I breastfeed. I will bring my camera with me and kind of show you how I do it while I'm at work, you know, getting undressed, getting set up, getting my food set up, talking to my boyfriend on the phone. Like, I got so much going on while I'm pumping at work. And then also later in this video, I'm also going to be talking about my breastfeeding essentials as a working mom. So all my essentials that I bring with me to work. And yeah, so I've been pumping for about 15 minutes. I'll probably stop at the 20-minute mark. I don't know, I'm kind of coming to an end. Yeah, just kind of take you guys along with my day as a breastfeeding mom. I'm back in the bedroom now. I'm breastfeeding Lucius again. It's about 11 o'clock. I usually feed him right before I go to work. Yeah, so I like to feed him before I go to work, so that way he's already filled up, so that way my boyfriend doesn't have to feed him right as soon as he gets home. Also, so that way my breasts don't get so full while I'm at work. Now I wanted to talk about my breastfeeding essentials for when I go to work. I think I kind of made a video about this already, but this isn't my breastfeeding essentials for like my day-to-day. This is the stuff that I take to work with me, so this is going to be a little bit different. But yeah, so the first thing I take with me to work is this, I don't know if you can see it. It's a breastfeeding backpack. I mean, I don't know, breastfeed, that sounds weird. I don't know what this is called, but it's by this brand, Mommy Go. It is smaller than I thought it was going to be. I guess I was hoping that this was going to be the only bag I would have to bring to work with me, but I still have to bring my purse with me because I still can't fit all my breastfeeding stuff in here. I'll pack it and kind of show you like what all I can fit in it. But I do like it. There's like different like compartments in it. Opens up at the bottom. And it's this. This is what I liked about it. So that way instead of just leaving my breast milk and everything just shoved in the work fridge and just kind of like all out in the open, I can just keep it in this backpack. So I guess I could talk about my next essential, ice packs. So the ice packs goes in this bottom down here. And my next essential is Mook storage bags. This is by the brand Zip It All. I was using Lancino. I think that's like the most popular brand. And I like them, but I just ran out. I had to get new ones. I just wanted to try a new brand. It's really awkward pumping at work because they're supposed to have a room for me to pump in that's private and nobody else can use it, but they now use it as a storage closet. So I have to use the conference room, which means that even if they're in the middle of a conference, I have to make the entire staff, like the whole team, like all the members of the meeting, whatever they're doing in there, I have to make everybody get out. I have to like interrupt meetings. Other people will be eating, you know, lunch in the conference room just because it's quiet and it's cool in there. I have to make people get out. I have to make everybody a part of my business. They made it to where I can't lock the door, so people will come in on me while I'm pumping. And I'm sitting there half naked. There have been times where I've had to pump with other people in the room because they wouldn't leave. So I've had people watch me pump. We'll see how today goes. Okay, so the next thing I probably should talk about is the most important, the breast pump. This is my breast pump, the Spectra CS2. I got this free through insurance and it's originally like $200, but it's a really great breast pump. Definitely check it out and see if your insurance will cover a breast pump. Phalanges and the bottles. These aren't the bottles, these are Avent bottles. These aren't the bottles that the Spectra came with. They're really great bottles, by the way, but that's just not what I have attached right now. And then I also keep my cord so I can plug it into the wall. And then this was a lifesaver for me. This was the absolute, like, one of my biggest essentials for going back to work, and that is a pumping bra. If you don't know what a pumping bra is, let me demonstrate. You just kind of like slip it on. Obviously my nipple would ordinarily be, you know, your nipple would be through it as usual. Just the great thing about this is it keeps it in place, and it's like you were pumping hands-free. I mean, you don't need to hold these while you're pumping. Because used to, like when he was first born, I would just sit on the couch like this. Didn't have my hands free. If I wanted to reach for something, I would have to like hold them both and like, you know, grab something, or I'd have to eat like this. And it's like, it's just so much easier to just have a bra hold them for you. So to show you what it looks like packed, I get my breast pump in there. I typically wad this up, put that on top, get my bra, put it in there. This is about all I can fit in here. And it barely closes. Yeah, so that's all that goes in at the top. These go down here. Put the bag in there. Zip that up and you're good to go. Now the problem with it though is these don't fit in there. I have this left over. I still have my food. I still need to bring my wallet and my car keys, and there's other stuff I need to bring as well. I was hoping that this would fit everything, but it doesn't, unfortunately. So I bring my black purse with me. So I have this carried on my back and my purse over my shoulder. I mean, it really, when I go to work, it looks like I am staying a weekend away somewhere. It feels so awkward, you know, just walking into work with like all these bags, but it is what it is. Two more things I want to mention is my water bottle. You might be like, Michaela, a water bottle is not a breastfeeding essential, but yes it is. I will refill this a few times while I'm at work. And you need to stay hydrated just in general, but especially while you are breastfeeding, it is so important. I have definitely noticed I produce less milk when I'm not so hydrated versus when I'm drinking water all throughout the day. And the last thing, I don't need this anymore. Nursing pads. These are my reusable nursing pads. Stick them in your bra. and so it holds him there. And you know, because in the beginning I was leaking a lot. I only needed them for like a month, I think. But yeah, returning back to work, I needed them, but I no longer need them. Yeah, so that is everything that I bring to work with me. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that way I'm not going through so much plastic breast milk bags, is sometimes I will just bring just one of my regular baby bottles and fill the milk up in that instead of putting it in a plastic bag. And I think that's what I'm gonna do today because I work tomorrow as well. So he can already have a little bit of milk defrosted to get him going. Yeah, I don't know if that made any sense at all. I hope it did, because I'm probably going to conclude it in the video. But yeah, today instead of using a breast milk storage bag, I am probably just going to use one of our baby bottles.
Hi, baby. I'm gonna go. My break's over.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye. So right now I am eating a bowl of black-eyed peas, 2 cans, scrolling through Instagram. I got my water, and I will call Rudy later. This is my 3rd break. Another 15 minutes. Let's go. I've had to refill this 3 times today. Every time I have a letdown, I always do compressions to help remove more milk at a time. That's why a lot of times when I'm talking on the phone to Rudy, I'll put him on speaker so that way I could talk to him while I'm doing compressions.
Hello?
Hi. So I'm packing up today. This is all I pumped for the day. It's like 9 ounces. So hard to get much out because like there's like so little time to pump in a work day. Hi. What are you doing? Hi, big boy. And it's already thawed for Rudy to use for tomorrow. So I'm back home now, back in my pajama sort of thingy-majig. Yeah, so that's it for today. Before we eat dinner, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? We're gonna have dinner soon. I'm gonna feed Lucius, and then I typically nurse him to sleep. That's my breastfeeding routine for a work day. But yeah. So I'm gonna go now. Hope you enjoyed this video. What are you doing? Are you getting jammies?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.